One of the things that you bring up, David, that you don't have to go through your whole presentation here, but I think it's an interesting framework for thinking about things. And he's been using this for a number of years. Anybody who's seen him talk, has probably heard him talk about this, is the farmer's hand.
Yeah.
And so there's 5 fingers on the hand, or 4 fingers on the thumb, and you got the palm as well. When you forget about the palm when you talk about this, can you just briefly touch on what those things are that kind of help you organize your thought process when you go out there?
Yeah. Well, on a hand to success is what we like to call it.
Okay.
The first digit that separates us from everybody else is the thumb. And I heard a guy by the name of Francis Childs give a talk one time. Well-renowned corn grower, first one that I know of broke 400 bushel. And hearing him talk, he said you had to have a positive attitude. So I like to give you a thumbs up, because if you're going to do the same thing year after year, you're not going to get a different result. So you got to be willing to step out the box. And so that thumbs up is kind of just a great indicator. Hey, let's get fired up. Let's try something new. Then on your hand, as we go down the digits, you got your index finger. That's the finger that you can specifically point to. Hey, I did right or I did wrong. And there are areas that you can manage. Everybody manages their own soil differently. Everybody controls pests differently. Everybody controls their fertility program differently. But these are things that if you do correctly, you're going to benefit. If you do wrong, you can't blame anybody but yourself, because something wasn't done properly. Weather's not always a limiting factor, but sometimes it is. And then, on your hand, everybody, when they're aggressively driving, they use their mechanical finger.
Sure.
So the longest finger you have, that's the one where you can control your equipment. And whether it's what kind of planter you have, how do you put out your fertilizer with your planter. So we like to call that a mechanical finger. Then everybody has a ring finger. I like to call that my relationship finger. That's your seed finger. Make sure you have picked the right hybrid. If you have the wrong hybrid in the planter, then you've started off incorrectly. So we got to make sure that's right. And then I'm being task oriented. Index finger, we just like to call that a plan finger. Develop a plan, execute it best you can. Good Lord's going to challenge us, so you're going to have to adjust it throughout the year. And once you're done, evaluate it. So make sure you did things right. Make sure you did what you did wrong, figure it out. And then, all 5 digits are held by your palm. And, good Lord, I've heard Randy Dowdy talk about being the great finisher. And the good Lord is a finisher for your crop. So give him the praise too, because, we can't do it all ourselves. So that's an important component of the farmer's hand to success.
Good.